We're going to play 9 holes. Depending on whether I nail the drive or shank the drive, I'm going to share either an epic win that I've had in business or an epic fail. So welcome to the Outlier Content Code Christmas party. Oh, I went straight. 7 for me. Definitely a fail hole. And one of the biggest fuck-ups and fails I had in business is my brother and I started a podcast in 2011. And it was actually a really good idea for a podcast. Back then, no one was doing podcasts, and it was called The Geordie and Liam Show. We were interviewing all of these semi-famous influencers, if you can call them, around the world that had like amazing weight loss stories and talked about their journey and how they were able to succeed. And I think we did like 2 episodes and gave up. If we had have just kept going, like, I genuinely think we would have one of the biggest Australian fitness podcasts like in the country, because no one was doing podcasts back then. So like if we just had just kept going and not stop, imagine like what we could do. And not only that, like Geordie started doing like daily fitness tips in like 2013 on Facebook and Instagram. Like had he just kept going with that, like by now he would have like millions of followers. If you start something, just keep going, even if it doesn't work, which is what we're doing right now, right, with this content. So we're starting it, even though it's not working, we're just going to keep going. Ladies or men's? Epic failure business story number 2 is I once paid $11,000, I think, for a coaching program, and I literally didn't do one thing in the whole program. Sounds ridiculous saying it out loud. I know people do this because I know like course login percentages for online courses and coaching programs is like crazy. Like it's like less than 20%. I was looking for results without wanting to do the work. I'm not sure. Maybe I just didn't believe. Of course I didn't believe it would work, and that's why I didn't do it, right? People a lot smarter than me always say, if you just follow instructions to people who've walked the path already, it's kind of the surest way to get results. Big learning lesson. That was the one that hurt the most, I think. Like $11,000 and just didn't even log in, didn't even reach out for help. People do this all the time. It's like you get embarrassed to ask for help because you're lacking results so much. That's a conundrum with the coaching world. But yeah, that's embarrassing epic failure number 2. That is an epic success. So while we're waiting for the other guys in the green, because our drives were so elite that we're so close to the green now, we have to wait for them. Got to share an epic win, epic business win. One epic win I don't talk about that often is we once did a webinar. It was a live webinar. Yeah, we did 20 grand in cash just from like an hour and a half webinar. And like, it's not that far-fetched, like, because it happens pretty often, but it's such a cool feeling, just chat and give it value for an hour, and then at the end make an offer, and then just see the sales roll in, and then just have 20 grand there. That was an epic feeling. It's not about the money, but it's about knowing that it's repeatable. It's like you can doing that once, you go, I can do this again, and it kind of feels like a money printer in a way, because you're just like, all we have to do is just run ads, build an email list, market the webinar, get people on the webinar. And webinars don't work as well as they used to, but it was a pretty epic win. It was special because I remember looking at Dad's face, and I could see the realization in his eyes that this was going to work, and we knew what we were doing with this online marketing thing. So it feels good to brag about an epic win. Caddy, what iron am I choosing? Out of the Wilsons. Wilson 7, you got it. All right, I'll stuff this up, you're fired. He doesn't like his odds. Red goes faster too. Please don't hit a tree. Epic failure of a hole, epic shank of a drive. So epic failure business story. Me and Kurt's mobile massage business. So Kurt, one of my best buddies, direct response advertising nerd. We were running ads for massage therapists, and we were getting some crazy cheap bookings. We were so frustrated they weren't like doubling down on our ads and just maxing ad spend, because like it would have exploded their business. So we got frustrated with it, that we decided we'd launch our own massage business, even though we knew nothing about massage businesses. Even better, we decided we'd do a mobile massage. And my great idea, because I was such an idiot, thought that this was actually going to make a difference in my business, was that we would have all of these cars, like 100 cars all around Australia with the same logo, driving around giving people mobile massages. I mean, it sounds cool when you say it like that, but I really thought that was going to be enough to like get leads, get sales, like grow the business. Like absolutely ridiculous when I look back on it now. Like sure, maybe we would have got like 5 extra leads per month from the signs on the freaking cars. Long story short, we launched that, COVID happened, we had to shut it down, not just because of that, because we also found out that it's actually illegal to claim private health insurance in mobile massage because of prostitutes. We didn't know that. All of our money started bouncing, all of our massage therapists started ringing us one Monday morning saying none of the clients' payments were going through. It was a disaster. We lost over 100 grand. That's what you get for thinking that you are the best, and just because you know direct response marketing and advertising, that you think you can just go into any industry and dominate. And that's definitely not true. Came off nice, came off straight, but just hung up in a wind. Gotta sink it. Still a fail though. Failure story number 5. Recent one. Spent about $2,000 on ads for a workshop, for a webinar, and didn't end up even running the webinar. Not the end of the world. Chase 2 rabbits, catch none. That is a fucking epic win. Oh no. I go through his legs. One epic win I had was when I was doing copywriting, trying to help businesses get more bookings and strategy calls. I took over this ad account, created a whole new ad, new landing page, amount of bookings and sales that business got in the next 30 or 60 days. But it was like an extra $180,000 from my ads. And I remember like messaging them because I hadn't quite heard much feedback from them, how the ads were going. And yeah, he said, yeah, man, they're going really good. We added an extra 180 grand this month from your ads because we're getting so many bookings. And it's good feeling. What? That's an epic failure. Okay, so relevant failure to do with going on the other fairway. This is me jumping ship onto other businesses. Failure. Just like I just jumped ship off our fairway. There's twice now that I was part of a business and it was going pretty well. One was with my dear friend Tobes. I had 15% revenue share of that business and I left. It was mutual. I was too busy with my other consulting stuff, but he doesn't like talking about numbers because he just loves helping people and he's not about the money. But if I had stayed in that business and kept that 15% revenue share, holy moly, I would be getting a lot of royalties per month. And that was the first one. And the second one was he consistently like brought in 350, 400K a year. And I had 50-50 share of that business and I didn't get to see the fruits of it. So lesson learned, don't jump ship, stay the course. Both times I left those businesses to pursue something else and it didn't amount to much. Would have been better off just to stay the course and trust in my business partners. That's a fail.
It's not bad.
That's bad. Fail number 8, business fail. Okay, this is a huge lesson because I became business partners, pretty successful company. I mean, we did $100,000 in a week. I remember Slack notification came through that one of our sales guys closed another deal and that meant that we ticked over 100,000 for the week. I ended up making no money from that business. I took a small salary, but business went under. And the mistake that I made was I trusted my business partners too much. I never had access to the bank accounts and never had access to the financials. Blind trusted too much. And in hindsight, it's absolutely ridiculous that I did this, but it was a hard lesson to learn. And I'm never making the same mistake ever again. But business partners reassured me that everything was fine and everything's fine and everything wasn't, unfortunately. And yeah, put in a lot of work, a lot of blood, sweat and tears in that business to walk away with nothing. Yeah, because I haven't shared all my wins. Quick win, 100K in a day was pretty good. We talked about 100K in a week, 100K in a day is better.
Oh!
My best chip and best putt I've ever done. Last hole, the choices of tees right now.
Last resort of
I think
teas.
I might go this one. Feels like a winner. It was the plane. Quiet, please. Quiet, please. All right, last business failure, not living up to my potential thus far. I think been in this game for 12 years and not being as far ahead as I would like, but I think that's life. I feel like a lot of people are like that, but the first time ever I'm feeling like that's not happening anymore, which is a good feeling. Don't know what the conclusion is, but because we always think that we should be further ahead than we are, but I've definitely underperformed in the last decade and a bit. But yeah, not anymore. And it's because I'm learning from the lessons that we've just talked about this whole game, which is backing myself more. I'm taking it slower, so I'm like not quitting so soon, not losing focus. That's just life, isn't it? When you practice more and you make more mistakes, you figure out what not to do, and so it just gets easier by default. Very good.
Oh,
Happy Christmas, Frankie.
happy Christmas. What? Yep, happy Christmas.
That was good.
That was fun.
That was really fun.